Some subway systems are open 24 hours a day, but most metros around the world do close for a few hours every night so that the transit agency can perform really important maintenance that keeps the system running. The DC Metro is one of those systems that closes for a few hours each night. The times of the first and last train depend on what day of the week it is, but no matter the day, when the last trains run on each line, things are done a little bit differently than normal, and for good reason. Join us as we ride the last metro of the night.
Hey everybody, welcome to a brand new Trains Are Awesome video. I'm Tom. I am standing in the beautiful main hall of Washington Union Station. It's kind of a party in here. You wouldn't expect it to be as late as it is. But before I say anything else, let me introduce today's very special guest. It's Andy, the host of the phenomenal YouTube channel, Andy on Track.
Happy to be here.
All right, Andy, thank you so much for being here today. Can you be my official timekeeper?
Of course.
What time is it right now?
11:32.
And what are we going to do tonight?
Oh, we're going to be riding the last metro trains in the system. We're going to be making our way all the way to Branch Avenue on the Green Line. We'll see what happens from there.
We both thought that was a good idea, so now we have to follow through.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
It's so late that the Amtrak departure board is already showing tomorrow morning's departures.
It's crazy. And some of the doors to Union Station are actually currently locked. I had to help someone find their way out because the side doors were just shut.
And for some context, tonight is a Thursday night, so it is a weekday night. The last Red Line train bound for Shady Grove will depart Union Station at 11:59 in about 20 minutes. Andy, have you been on the last train of the night before?
Only once. It was on the first date with my girlfriend. It was from Capitol South. The first date we were sort of hanging out by the Capitol in front of it, and then we were like, oh no, we gotta go. The metro's closing. So we ran over there, and she was fine because she was taking the blue line all the way to Rosslyn, but I needed to transfer at Metro Center. And it was such a weird experience. Like, oh wow, I'm with an elite group of people here, the last riders of the day. Well, I've remembered that day for many other reasons beyond the last Metro train.
I was going to say, obviously. It sounds like the date went well.
Yeah, the date went very well 3 years later, but yeah. But I also remember the privilege of being on the last Metro train, which I have not been on since, so I'm excited to be here once again.
Yeah. For me, I've been on this last Red Line a bunch because if I take Amtrak in, sometimes the connection is really nice.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
If you'll direct your attention to the screen, we've got the last train on there, right on schedule, the 11:59 to Shady Grove. Andy, how many people would you say are on the platform right now?
For our side, we got about 5, but 2 of them are definitely not getting on this train. At least, I don't think they're capable.
No, we just had two drunk people who were probably at the party, would be my guess.
Yes, most likely.
Asking to take a picture of them.
They also want to know if he's on 4chan. I don't know if you can keep this in, but the good news is he's not, so there we go.
They wanted a picture with a big concrete blob on the floor. They were very adamant about it.
We don't have the original photo we took, but this is a recreation. It was as bizarre as it looks.
Mysterious brown spot on the bench at 11:45.
Right. I have no thoughts on it.
No, nothing you want to confess?
Hey.
We're on a Red Line train. Our eventual goal is to get onto the Green Line, but while we're on the train, let me explain something about the Washington Metro system that I think could be a little bit better. See, the system runs from the city center into the suburbs of Maryland and Virginia. and almost all trains run the entirety of a line. What that means, for example, is that the last Red Line train coming out of Glenmont will leave around 11:30, but it doesn't get to Shady Grove until 12:45, and vice versa, meaning that stations have to stay open a very long time to wait for the train coming in the other direction. Now, this is particularly annoying with the Silver Line in the morning. The Silver Line serves Dulles Airport, but the first train towards Dulles leaves from Largo at around 5. It's already later when it reaches downtown, and by the time it finally gets to Dulles, it's almost 6:30, and so there is a whole slew of early morning flights that is not accessible via Metro. The way to solve this would be to have some trains originate downtown heading to the airport. Anyway, we will soon arrive at Gallery Place Chinatown Station, which is the normal transfer station to the green and yellow lines. But here's what our operator said.
Chinatown doors open right side. Attention all customers traveling in the direction of Branch Avenue or Huntington. You must remain on this train and transfer at Metro Center on the lower level. Once again, all customers traveling in the direction of Branch Avenue or Huntington, you must remain on this train and transfer at Metro Center on the lower level.
So we are at Gallery Place Chinatown. We're holding here for a little bit. I feel like quite a few people got on here.
Yeah, there was a significant number of people, and we got some great audible wayfinding through the Metro operator for the driver, saying that if you want to go to Branch Avenue or Huntington south from here, although the lines intersect at this station, you're supposed to wait and go to Metro Center and then connect through there, which is what we're going to do. But it felt really nice to get some confirmation.
Mm-hmm.
So we listened and rode the Red Line one more stop to Metro Center, transfer point to the blue, orange, and silver.
So the last Red Line is behind us. We're going to go downstairs to the blue, orange, silver and head to L'Enfant Plaza.
Platform, every single train, we're gonna hold in to the last passengers on their corrective train. This is a Silver Line train to Largo. If you're going towards Largo, New Carrollton, you will exit at Stadium Armory and catch the Orange Line train to New Carrollton, or the Farm Plaza, stay aboard this train. You need Red Line train services. Exit this train, go to the upper level, you got Shady Grove and Glenmont train.
So that's really interesting. At the downtown transfer stations, all trains will hold until staff is absolutely certain that every passenger has either gotten onto their transfer train or gotten out of the station. It's only a few minutes before the last Silver Line train of the day brings us to L'Enfant Plaza Station. Here, we'll finally get on the Green Line.
So last train of the night for us.
It really is. Longest train of the night, too, for us.
Yes, we're taking this
all the way.
all the way to Branch Avenue.
Yeah. It's 20 minutes? Probably not that. Right?
Yeah.
It's not that.
Doors closing.
About to head out.
Here we go.
Last train. It's a good Simon and Garfunkel song. Last train of the night.
This has been Andy's late night song recommendations.
So now that we're finally on our way to Branch Avenue, let me explain what just happened and why we had to make that detour to get to the Green Line. Well, you see, by the time the last Red Line train leaving Glenmont has arrived at Gallery Place, the last Green Line train that left Greenbelt has already stopped there. There are no more trains from Gallery Place south to Branch Avenue. However, WMATA runs a special short-turn Green Line train from L'Enfant Plaza to Branch Avenue. They do this specifically for passengers from the last Blue, Orange, and Silver Line trains, and in our case, from the last Red Line train. So if you've come from, say, Union Station and you want to go down south on the Green Line, you have to take the Red Line to Metro Center, take Silver to L'Enfant Plaza, and then take that special Green Line train that will be waiting for you, which originated in L'Enfant Plaza. It sounds complicated, but it is actually really cool that Metro has planned their final train schedule in a way that makes sure anybody can get anywhere. There are a few other examples of this happening. For example, there's a Blue Line train that originates at Roslyn, so you can get the last Orange towards Vienna, transfer at Roslyn, and then go down to Franconia Springfield. But like I said at the beginning of the video, other than this, short turn runs on the Washington Metro are very rare.
The next and last stop is Branch Avenue. Step down. Doors open.
All right, we're making it. Branch Avenue next stop.
Almost there.
So concludes our journey on the last trains of the day.
And I do believe we finally have this car to ourselves.
We do.
I was actually surprised a lot of people got on at L'Enfant Plaza, like the most out of any train tonight. But by Suitland, everybody had cleared out.
It's just us. We'll see how many people get off at Branch Avenue for the whole train.
Doors open. Doors open.
Okay, 3 people got off here at Branch Avenue, not including us. So with us, that is 5. So there was somebody sleeping in like the little shelter, and they were knocking on the doors to wake him up, tell him the station's closing. But I was surprised at how fast they closed the doors of the train. I was thinking maybe they would do a walkthrough or something. Welcome to Branch Avenue. Timekeeper, what time is it?
It's 12:43.
12:43.
When did we start? It's been like an hour, right?
Yeah,
it's
a
been
little
more
over
than
an
that.
hour.
Yeah. We waited a little bit at Union Station. We let a few trains go by.
Yeah.
So in total, it's like 45 minutes or so.
Probably.
It's pretty good how well it's timed. Not gonna lie. Very clear instructions on how to get to pretty much every part of the system once you're already on the train. Didn't really have any issues trying to find it, and it's a comfortable experience. And an empty experience. There was barely anyone here. So.
All right, well, that's one thing I never expected to do when I started this channel is end the video at Branch Avenue at almost 1 in the morning. It is so quiet here. It's unbelievable.
And cold.
Anyways, very cold. That makes me wonder, Andy, was this worth it?
It still was. I mean, hey, now we can say, both of us, that we've seen 3 versions of the last train.
Yes.
Red, silver, and green. That's pretty cool.
We know exactly how WMATA does the last train, and honestly, I think I speak for both of us. We're quite impressed. This is handled very well.
Very well done. So now we're done with this. It's time to head back on the Metro and head back to. Oh,
Wait. Yeah, that definitely says no passenger.
yeah. You can't use that one. Hey, Tom. Well, don't worry, Tom. It's only 4 hours and 15 minutes. Come on.
Yeah, we can
Easy.
walk.
Easy. We'll be there by morning. Right in time for work.